Hello, I'm Matthew Cernan, and I'm the Executive Director of Wiltwick Cemetery in Kingston, New York. We produced this short video to explain the serious consequences of the proposed City of Kingston Tree Preservation Ordinance. Its impact not only affects the cemetery, but it affects every private property in the City of Kingston. This video contains footage from our cemetery, as well as from the City of Kingston Tree Commission meeting on May 20th, 2026. The hickory behind me is 21 inches in diameter and it is healthy. If this were in someone's backyard on private property in the City of Kingston and they wanted to cut it down, there is a formula on page 15 of the proposed City of Kingston Tree Preservation Ordinance that calculates the value of this tree. It is 21 inches in diameter, and the proposed ordinance allows for the replacement of that equivalent diameter. So if you were to cut this tree down, you could purchase 7 new 3-inch trees, 7 times 3 being 21, to match the diameter of the tree that we are removing. A hickory tree quoted at a local nursery today costs $795 for a 3-inch tree. So purchasing 7 of them would cost $5,565. Now, if the homeowner does not have room to plant 7 new trees, that fee, that $5,565, would get paid directly to the City of Kingston. So based on that information, 7 trees at 3 inches of caliper, $795 each, would be a total cost of $5,565. And if I understand it correctly, a homeowner or any private individual, I guess including the cemetery, that $5,565 can either be applied to planting the trees on their own property, or if they're unable to do that, that money would go into a fund for the city and trees would be planted elsewhere. Okay, do I have that correct so far?
Yeah, so the 3 options are, if you have the ability to plant on your property, that is probably the lowest hanging fruit option. The second option is, you're able to do 1 tree, but others can't fit, think about like a normal, like small residency type of area. So then the ordinance also allows for our streets, planting areas, and our parks as planting areas.
Okay.
And the final option for those who don't wish to replace all of the trees, they can repay the value, that financial value that you're talking about, 4 trees into this tree account that the city would create.
Okay. So at that point, we're at $5,565 expense to the cemetery or a private resident in City of Kingston. But continuing on page 15 of the proposed City of Kingston Tree Preservation Ordinance, we get to section 373-12, Heritage Tree Value Replacement. In addition to the protected tree value replacement fee that we just covered, the removal of a heritage tree, when determined to be healthy, is subject to the following replacement schedule. Oaks and hickories, 10 inches and greater, to an additional fee of $150 per inch. That $150 per inch on our additional 21 inches of hickory is $3,150, bringing our total fine or fees of removing this tree to $8,715, not including what you paid a tree service to remove it. But then the preservation ordinance goes on to the heritage tree value replacement and removal procedures, 373-12N. In addition to the protected tree value replacement fee, the removal of a heritage tree when determined to be healthy is subject to the following replacement schedule. On that replacement schedule are oak and hickory trees of 10 inches or greater. And it says an additional fee in lieu of replacement of $150 an inch. So if I'm reading that correctly, for my example of a hickory tree, we're now looking at 21 inches times $150 for an additional fee of $3,150. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So if I've got all this correct, we're now looking at the removal of this one single hickory tree, which is healthy, perfectly healthy, with a 21-inch in diameter. We're looking at a total fee to the residents or to the cemetery, whoever owns this tree, of $8,715, not including the cost to take this tree down. As I stated at the beginning of this video, the implications of this ordinance could have serious financial repercussions on every homeowner and business in the City of Kingston. In the description below, you will find a link to the City of Kingston website where you can locate the ward you live in and contact the Common Council member who represents you. I urge you to contact your City of Kingston representatives.